What's up? What's going on? Hopefully, I am live. I don't even know. I can't even tell at this point. Let's see here. I should be. I I don't know what's going on right now. As you can say, I completely forgot at one point because I was using the other program, and I completely get lost because I went back to using OBS. I wanted to be quick with this, and so now all of a sudden I'm over here just kind of like, okay, what is going on? And I'm supposed to be going live right now, and it doesn't look like I am. I can't tell. This is crazy. I don't even know. But what I need to know is that am I botting? That's the thing. Okay. All right. Let's see. Obviously, let's see. Let me see. Okay. All right. Okay. I can hear myself. Oh, you said my avatar? Yeah. Yeah. I tried to make him to look like me as much as possible. Anyway. Um, okay. All right. So it's weird because YouTube is showing that I'm not live. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. This is very, very weird. Like this. Anyway, I know I've been gone for a little bit over a week. I've been kind of busy. It was my anniversary, me and my wife's anniversary, stuff like that. But also, this was another reason. As you see, that's showing my gameplay of Avowed. Um, just got finished with it last night. Very good. What's going on with you? Going on with you, Mishi? Appreciate you guys coming through. Sorry about the other issue. Like I said, I just checked it, and then I forgot that I was still live because I went off. I turned it off, and I know y'all heard me like, "What's going on here?" I even put on the readers because I was like, "Oh my god, what's happening here?" Anyway, let's take these off. All right, because I don't think. Well, when I get to reading, I'll get to it. There's a couple of things I want to read and catch up on, but I know the crazy stuff about what was happening with PlayStation. It I'll get to that in a minute. First off, I want to talk about. First off, I want to get in and talk about Project Helix. They finally gave it a name. I do like the Magnus name better, but I mean, but these are just like project names. I think if they called it Xbox Magnus, I would think that would be dope. But anyway, for the stuff that you hear, that and really, there's really not too much to talk about. I haven't. I mean, there may be some people out there that was talking about some specs and things like that. I haven't seen too. I've seen somebody did a comparison. Those people usually make those comparisons, and they're usually are kind of off. So I rather wait. But my thing here that makes me more interested is the fact of the pricing, which I told you guys this thing was not going to be cheap, and I do believe that the pricing is going to be from that range from 1,000 to 1,500 because of what they alluded to, what Sarabon and them alluded to from the very beginning when they talked about Magnus and well, we saw Project Helix. They're not playing. They said it's a premium product. They're coming out with a premium product. So I already kind of knew that. I said the cheapest that it would be 800. There still could be kind of a cheaper version, if you want to say that, to be around like about 800 to try to get some people that may be interested into the new Xbox. To try to get them, to try to entice them somewhat. But all in all, I think it's just what they said that it is. It is a premium console. And I don't know what the hell Jeff Keighley and them out there talking about, like trying to define it as a PC when they have made it clear that it is a console. It is a hybrid, but it is a console because of Windows. And because of Microsoft, Xbox can do the things that Sony can't really do. So therefore, that's why it's in a hybrid state, but it's still a console. I mean, you still have to download games into it. It'll be its own box infrastructure. It's going to just have like, and even though just like with you, when you want to go online and do something on your Xbox, you could still go through online through Windows. So I don't know. It just was kind of weird with the whole trying to define it as a PC instead of defining it as what it is. It's an Xbox that will have features that has PC features. I don't know. That's kind of crazy to me. It said, Michi said, if Xbox don't have exclusives, there's no point of buying this Helix console. I disagree with that wholeheartedly, and I'm going to get to that point. Because this is the thing that I want to bring up about the dilemma, because Xbox does. I mean, Sharma does have a strategic dilemma going on because of the situation that's happening with PlayStation. From what has been reported, there's been nothing set in stone. I mean, they've made reports about this going back to, I believe, September of last year, that PlayStation was talking about doing this. And I'm not saying that it's not accurate, or that it can't be accurate, but PlayStation themselves ain't really came out and said anything yet. So I don't know. I'll get into that too. But I mean, going back to Helix, I think that with the price point, I've already known that, well, in my mind, I've assumed that this price point was going to be around $1,000. Now going to $1,500, then there's no question in this thing has to pump out the power of, and like I said, apologies for NVIDIA, for AMD GPU users, because I've never had one. Only thing I've been dealing with my PC is NVIDIA stuff. So it has to be the equivalent of a 5070 or higher. It cannot be anything less. If you're asking for that type of price, that bad boy's got to be substantial. And like I said, I mean, if they could push it to where they could, if it's going to be like a 5080, because I mean, if you think about it, like a 5080 ranges around anywhere from, you could catch one as low as 900 to about 1200. That's the highest I've seen, but they kind of range between $1,000. So if you're looking at a $500 or $1,500 console, then you're looking at something on the equivalent that it has to be anything 5070 or higher. It cannot, and I mean, and we're talking, it ain't going to be 5090, but if it's on the equivalent of between a 5070 and a 5080, I mean, that's an absolute win. I mean, some people might say even a 5060. I don't know, because I mean, as me having a 4080, I know for a fact that anything that I play on my PC is most likely going to dog walk whatever that the consoles push. It's just the reality. Unless the game is poorly optimized. In case in point, you look at something like Borderlands 4, which was awful. I went back. It seemed to play a little bit better, but then it started acting up again, and so then I haven't gone back. But I've heard that it's greatly improved. But other than that, like, still, we'll see. I don't know. You guys in the chat, you got to let me know what you think of where the limits is going to be. I mean, because I mean, to pay that type of money for a console, I mean, on top of everything, it's got to have all the features of, it's got bells, whistles, absolutely an elite, and I would even say that it might need to come with an Elite 3 controller if they're going to do an Elite 3. There's been talks about the Elite 3. That puppy, for that much money, that needs to come with an Elite 3 controller, or at least with an Elite 2 controller. But I believe if they're going to come out with an Elite 3, then that should be added with that. So you still want to get your value out of the console for that type of price. I mean, you're breaking the record for the price of a console. I don't even, to be honest with you, I don't even think how much was the Neo Geo back in the 90s? I think that bad boy was around 8, 9, maybe 1,000. When people were sitting there telling us how much that they got it for, but I mean, again, These were military brats that came over there. My homeboy back in junior high, Emmanuel, he came from Guam, and so he already had it. So I don't know, pricing is different all across the world. So I'm pretty sure that it was cheaper than it was. Or it could not. It could have been more expensive. But anyway, I know that I was hearing ranges from anywhere from what? Well, from, like I said, like $7 to like almost $1,000. So I mean, this thing right here, if it's going to be around anywhere from anything past $1,000, this thing is going to be the most expensive console that's been ever pushed out. So that this thing has to cook. It has to be incredible. So can't be asking for something and then doing mediocre shit. Now again, we'll find out. Oh, thank you, brother. Thank you. I'm glad you like the background. We I appreciate it, but listen. Like I said, I knew it. I knew it was going to be around this bumped up and it's saying around 1,500. I'm just like, boy, this puppy better be right. Now again, there could be different SKUs. They could try to bring something to the level of, not like the Series S. But maybe something that's, you got $1,000 version, and then, kind of like with the handheld. You got the $500 version, and then you got like the $800-900 version. So if they doing something like that, okay, let's go. Like I said, I'm getting it regardless. I mean, this is what we're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? I'm an Xbox guy. I'm gonna support it, no doubt about it. But it needs to be right. It can't no bullshit. It's got to be right. You asking for that type of money, this thing got to be balls to the wall, incredible. Do not skip out on trying to do something cheap by giving us some bullshit ass controller. Give us an Elite. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if this is a premium product, you give us premium everything. We understand about the Game Pass stuff. I mean, if you really want to be enticing with it, you need to put in about a good 3 months Game Pass with that puppy too. You know what I'm saying? 3 months Game Pass, Elite controller, plus, now again, okay, so let's kind of back this up too. Like we're just having fun with this because, like I said, I've seen some of the posts of specs, like I said, but I don't want to reach that because once we get closer to knowing when an official date is going to happen and stuff like that, we'll start getting more accurate stuff instead of just going off of speculation right now. So, but let's just have some fun with it. So let's just say that it will be as powerful as a 5080. Then again, we can look at a situation to where, okay, all right, maybe you don't get an Elite controller. But hey man, give us about, a month of Xbox Live. I'm not Xbox Live, but Xbox Game Pass. And then of course all the bells and whistles with it. And then you cooking. Now, if it's like I said, around a 50-60, 50-70, then you know what I'm saying, I think that you would have to bring a little bit more incentive for that type of asking price. Because the thing, I'm thinking of the max. I'm thinking of 1,500. I'm like, bro, that's a chunk of change. That is a chunk of change. So it is what it is. What's going on with you, Husky? He says if they do different SKUs, just don't do another. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Parity clause. That's what I'm trying. That's the point right there, is that don't do it like the S. Give different SKUs. Give your cheapest model to be around, I say 700. Try to match from what the rumors are about what the new PlayStation 6 is supposed to cost. Somewhere around there. Or hell, match it directly and then have 1 to 3 SKUs. I mean, again, go all out. This because I mean, I think this is it for the console phase, I think, in our era. I really do. I think that, and I've said this, I think that this could definitely be Xbox's last console. I'm on the record for saying this as well. I think that this PlayStation 6 will be the last or next to the last of that, because I understand that PlayStation that for Sony, PlayStation is their identity for the most part, other than the music and the movies, right? For their entertainment hub. But PlayStation is synonymous to what Sony is for, I feel like, even more so than their movies, or for unless like you talk about like a Spider-Man or something like that. But I just think that the name PlayStation for Sony is a much bigger name property for them than it is for some other things. I mean, I know that Sony does more stuff like, this, that with the TVs and all that stuff. And I think they've backed out of the TVs. I think they sold their TV line to TLC or TCL. I said TLC. TCL. So, yeah. So, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. But yeah, no parity clause. Be smart about every decision. Another thing that I do like from what I've read, because I did check out the piece that blew my mind. So many of those gaming journalists and shit they got jay as hell about just getting the interview with Sharma. Are you kidding me? Like, I mean, the dude from Funny Games, what did Jazz do to this? That was a good break. I mean, the man's been doing this for forever. But I mean, again, I do hope that if there's one thing that I will give what the new Xbox CEO is doing, she's giving off a vibe. I don't know anything yet, right? Like, I'm just going off of just the things that she's posting, right? Like, again, she has to, because there's a lot of people that's questioning a lot of things. And like I said, I'm cautiously optimistic. That you can't, if what I'm saying, you have to be. But the one thing that I hope that she picks up is to understand about the gaming media. And don't have to be the nice person. Don't have to be the nice woman, because Sony doesn't play like that. If Sony doesn't like something, they're going to cut you off. It has been said, it's been done. They've done it to content creators when the Last of Us 2 controversy came about, with all that stuff that was happening with the crunch and all that stuff that came out about Naughty Dog and all of this and what they were doing with contractors and all of that stuff. And then on top of that, what happened within the game, and people were really upset with the game. It was one of the first times, it wasn't the first time ever, but it was one of the first times in a long time that you've seen Sony in a really negative light by the public, especially within PlayStation content creators themselves. They were going after Drummond and them, what I'm saying. And so as I said, I think I said his name wrong, but the head of Naughty Dog. But still, they went after them. And what Sony did, because of those leaks and everything, they started going after people's channels. Dedicated PlayStation channels, they were shutting that shit down. Then for any of the media that was saying anything, they wouldn't work with them. They would cut off the free games and stuff like that. Like, it got really messy there for a minute. And it was so messy, is that because this is the reason why The Last of Us 2 didn't even win. And they still gave it to Sony because they wanted to give it, but listen, they had a problem with that whole situation. So I don't know, man. It's just like Xbox needs to get onto a different level when it comes to dealing with the media. If the media is going to constantly berate them, disrespect them, act like they need the media, then at this point, cut them off. Start acting accordingly. Like, listen, you most of your information comes from talking about Xbox anyway. So therefore, you got to act accordingly. I hope that this is going to be the next case, because listen, I mean, we already know that Microsoft is on their demon It's back on their demon shit again. So like, you know, the all nice Microsoft and all that, that's gone. Like, you know, like the Godfather Sadia and them, it's all AI. They're trying to demand people not to say AI slop and all that. Listen, they're not playing. And so therefore, Xbox don't need to be playing. There needs to have that attitude back from going back to the days of when Xbox first came up in the scene where they had no nonsense. They knew what their direction was and they came and they did it. Didn't matter if they sold as many consoles as PlayStation or Nintendo. That is the point of wanting to do something with consoles, but Xbox is so much more than the console itself. But if you're still going to continue to make consoles and you still want to sit here and be a part of the gaming community the way that, but you want to get the respect that it deserves, then it's going to have to stand on business. It can't play. It got to be pushed back, and it has to be. It has to be. Has to be. No more of the niceties. It's got to be over with. So I hope that she will be on demon time. I really do. Like, enough of the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, what Jazz, you know, got the interview, that's great. That's great. But for the other media to hate on him and they're all supposed to be in this little ecosystem together, that's some shitty shit. That's foul. That's just foul. And you see it. Like I said, Xbox already, like Jeff Keighley out there, you've seen the difference. I seen there was a post where somebody talks about how like, it doesn't matter how many PC wordings that's put into whatever the PlayStation that's coming out, like T-flops and all this stuff that people didn't even know. I mean, hell, like I said, I didn't really know about all these damn PC terminologies until I really started to build a gaming PC. But then, I mean, even then, when I build it, you're hearing about T-flops and all these other different things within it and all this stuff. Like, these are PC things. Like, these people run their games on PC in order for them to be played, and then they downscale them to put them on the console. So PC is very much a part of everything that a game is being built on. So you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Anyway, so I just hope she keeps it funky. I hope Sharma keeps it funky. Keeps it right. Makes it direct. Listen, if you on some bullshit, we ain't dealing with you, IGN. Not on this one. You come back to us when you got some sense. If you want a bullshit PC gamer and want to sit there and be up on that high horse type of shit while PC is crumbling before your fucking very eyes, we'll deal with you at another time when you act accordingly. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is where it has to be. This is where it has to be. Content creator, please, again, like I've made this point before, do not sit there and go to content creators that you know that are pro PlayStation, give them a new Xbox, and then expect them to sit there and to think that they're not going to sit there and shit talk your console or your games or your system or your ideology or the principles or the gamers after that video of where they glaze over the new Xbox because that's what they're paid to do. Enough. There is no reason for it to happen or to continue. It has to be now. It has to be enough. The gaming media has shitted on Xbox ever since 2013. It has been 13 years later. Enough is enough. It's time to act accordingly. And if Xbox do stupid shit, then Xbox deserves to get ripped. But again, we see the differences. You sit there, listen. You get a gaming copy, and you sit there, and we got the same version of the game. And especially this is another indicator too. Here, this is going to be the biggest indicator right here. If this console is going to be as powerful as they're saying this console is going to be, especially for the price. Because you can't be, because I would hope to God that Microsoft ain't that stupid to sit here and ask for premium prices, but then give us the same level type of console that's on the level of a PlayStation 6, right? That would be insane. That would be it's over. It's over at that point. But I believe that this console is going to be incredible. Just like the Series X is incredible. I don't like, again, I don't, but in the sense of, if you want to sit here and get things popping, you have to make sure that when those games are flexing, and the developers at the studios at Xbox do a damn good job. Like there's not too many games that come out just absolutely just bummy. You know what I mean? So, but my point of it is when you have this Xbox, this new Xbox, we'll just call it Helix for right now, Project Helix, and they got a game that's compared to the PlayStation 6, and then for some reason that the PlayStation 6 is getting their games rated higher than the Xbox that is dog walking it in stats and things of that nature. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Gotta start calling it out. Gotta start calling it out. Gotta start calling the media out. Gotta start calling people out, and start making it apparent. You know what I'm saying? Like keeping quiet and things of that nature. Listen, the gaming media has been on your back and on. They've been using you for content, but they've also been abusing you for the detriment of PlayStation and Nintendo. Nintendo could do no fucking wrong, but Nintendo could sit here and can sell you cardboard, sit here and brick your console for games that you own off of a technicality that's a mistake on their end, and it's not bigger news. It's not bigger news. They could sell you games at 70, 80, 90, $100, and the games look like they belong on PlayStation 2. What are we doing here? You got PlayStation that's over here doing the stuff that they're doing. Like, I mean, I just read something where where people are checking and seeing that there's different price ranges for games in different regions. Listen, let them cook. Let them cook. Because if PlayStation gamers don't sit there and call it out, then it is what it is. But the gaming media needs to call it out. And where I read it from, it wasn't even from the gaming media. It was from just a random person that might be a content creator. So again, Xbox, act accordingly. No more bullshit. No more games. No more listening to the tired. No more sitting there sending your best out to sit here and to cater. There's no more catering. There should be no more catering. If the one thing is like, we got to bring it back to Xbox, then the one thing that you got to do is bring it back to Xbox, is make it all about the Xbox gamers and have it and make it be the best Xbox experience. That way, it is what it is. It is what it is. Mike Johnson says maybe PlayStation games are better. Y'all don't even have enough games to compare to make sure that they're better. Spider-Man 2, it's better than what? What is Spider-Man 2 better than? We don't even see people talking about Spider-Man 2 like that anymore. We'll see on occasion. Like, I mean, all you got to do is just look at the differences of how people talked and revered and loved Spider-Man 2018 and Miles Morales, but more so Spider-Man 2018 and God of War 2018. Then they talk about, like, listen, some of the stuff that I've seen, I haven't beat Ragnarok, God of War Ragnarok yet. I haven't. But some of the stuff that you see, like combat-wise, like, oh my goodness, that shit's dope. I can't wait to jump on it when I got the time. But Spider-Man stuff, you just see people just doing just random stuff. Like, I seen somebody playing with, like, jumping in the air with Venom, and he had wings and just flying around. Like, not showing the story pieces, nothing like that. And I mean, I've gotten, I don't know, like what, 10 some hours? You know what I'm saying? Because usually if I'm not fully drawn into a game, usually around that 5 to 10 hour mark, I put it up and then I'll come back to it later. So with Spider-Man 2, I've gotten plenty of hours in there to know, like, nah, this isn't hitting for me like 2018 or Miles Morales. So again, Now, Ghost of Yotai, I haven't played Ghost of Yotai. I can't wait to have the opportunity to play it, but that's determined on what PlayStation wants to do. Again, like Death Stranding 2, I know me, I'm finna get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I haven't even beat the first one. So, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna get it because it's just I already got the first one. And I'm like, okay, and it's just gonna have to be one of those games that's a mood I'm in the mood for, like Avowed. Avowed came out last year. I was interested-ish. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll play it here in a little bit, and then something else came out around that time. I think Assassin's Creed Shadows came out, and that was my most anticipated game, bro. Like, that's it. Like, that was one of my most anticipated games, next to South of Midnight and Expedition 33. Like, yeah, no, Shadows, I'm on Shadows. So, nah, Avowed had to wait. And so once I got into Avowed, I was like, you know what? Hey, this ain't too bad. Because I did start it, but then I got to that 3 to 5, 6 to 10 hour mark, and I was like, I'll come back to it. So that's exactly what I did. Matter of fact, I just started over because I completely forgot everything that I did and just started the game over. And then I found myself really engaged to it. And then I've been for the last week and a half. I sit there and that's all I've been playing until I beat it last night, and I really thoroughly enjoyed it. So it's not like I won't enjoy Death Stranding or something like that. It's just the fact that it's like, you know what? When you come up and you say, well, maybe PlayStation games are better, bruh, you ain't got enough PlayStation games to be better like that compared to what Xbox has been pumping out. Secondly, the games aren't getting the same type of traction. They're just not. Nobody, like people would talk for a year. Like, people still today talk about Bloodborne. People to this day still talks about Bloodborne. You're not gonna have anybody talk about Spider-Man 2 like they talk about Bloodborne. I mean, these are facts. And that's the things that needs to be addressed instead of just always coming in with a snarky ass comment that isn't resonating. Bro, y'all don't have enough games to push. And I know that y'all hyped this year because Wolverine's coming out, and then it's got Soros and then you're thinking about this whole situation with PlayStation, if what they might potentially do, and this, that, and the third. Listen, that's good. It's all right to feel good about the product that you enjoy, the console that you like, right? And Wolverine should be dope. Wolverine looks dope. But once that experience is over, let's say Soros is pop. Soros looks real dope. I kind of like everything from House Marquee. I like their stuff. I do. You know what I'm saying? I like what they do. Soros looks dope. The Phantom, I forget, the Phantom Zero, that's gonna be on PC. So, again, you know what I'm saying? Like, as much as people sit there and talked about, like, and I'm glad that Ghost of Yotai did well. I'm glad that it did well. Just because of the bullshit that people were over here trying to, all these grifters. So I'm glad it did well. But I'm not hearing enough like I did of Ghost of Tsushima. You're just not hearing the same type of level of excitement and love like years after. It's not the same. Like when you heard people talking about God of War Ragnarok, like they enjoyed God of War Ragnarok, but they said it was something different. It was something a little off. Same with Spider-Man 2. Like, and it's like what I've said before. It's like many other Xbox content creators or content creators that doesn't always wear the blue PlayStation glasses. Is that template is going to get old. It got old for us a long time ago. That's why we are Nintendo, Xbox, PC, mobile, whatever gamers. We'll jump on PlayStation games because we love some PlayStation games, but that template is just the same. It's not, and then the stuff that they try to do that's new, it just, you know what I mean? Like, they have a formula. They only have a set formula. But if this is all you have for your set formula, is the same kind of looking product, or if you keep reassessing that same product in a remaster or a remake and things like that, it's going to eventually catch up with Sony, and it has. It has. So I mean, I will put up Xbox's variety of games for the last from this generation and Xbox and a PlayStation generation. I will put up Xbox's generation against PlayStation's generation, this generation, and Xbox dominates hands down. The difference in quality in the first party, the difference in the variety category. Come on, man. Come on. You can sit there and you can show me PlayStation's 4 best games, and I will be easily compare them and put them up 4 of Xbox's best games. And the difference between the two is that PlayStation will still have the template. Xbox doesn't have a template, because you got games that got like Starfield, you got games like Halo, you got games like South of Midnight, you got like Avowed, you got other Obsidian stuff, you got Doom, there's too much of a variety that Xbox is offering that PlayStation isn't. I mean, if PlayStation didn't have these deals, these second party exclusive deals, you cut those games out. Come on now. Let's be honest about it. Let's just be honest about it. But other than that, let's go. Let's move on. Got me ranting. Let's keep. It says no more recoil on Xbox while PlayStation's enjoying Horizon Zero Dawn. Listen, I would love me another recoil. Again, this is the problem that Xbox had last gen. Last gen was awful. It started off so promising and then just went into a crazy bullshit just ending. Like, I don't know. I have no idea what was going on. Like, I mean, I know what was going on. It just was the fact, again, give all the props with Phil Spencer, because he saved Xbox. Xbox was at the end of its lifeline. It was done. Sadia was ready to be done with that whole division, the Xbox division. Phil saved it. So now we'll see. Phil, Sarah, and Aaron, and Matt and them, they saved it. And so now we're looking, and it's a new era. And listen, we'll see. We'll see if Sharma can do this, and I hope she does. I really do. I mean, I don't want this woman to fail, because I don't want Xbox to fail. But I also don't want to be. But I also, listen. I'm not impressed with Sadia the Godfather cosplaying. He don't play games. He didn't care about the division. It was Phil that sit there and made it clear, like, listen, we all in or we all out. Sadia was over there already trying to push Xbox out as it was. So you cosplaying, putting on the sweater, bro. I ain't trying to hear all that. What I want is that if you're serious about this, man, sit there and let this. If this woman is serious about, and she's not a hired puppet, let this woman cook. Let her bring her team and put this together, and let's see what they can do. No restraints. Let's see what you ask. You saying premium? You're coming all out. Let's see what you got. But I don't care about the cosplay stuff. It's just like with the dude that from the video that comes out with the black leather jacket. Come on, please stop it. Stop it. It isn't working. It isn't working. Anyway, let me read some of you guys' comment before I jump into the other topic. Let's see. See, I like Returnal. The shit's hard though, but I like it. I do. Like I said, I like their games, man. Like Nex Machina. I mean, that was the first game that I really that I recognized from them. I'm sure I've played some other stuff from them, but like, I'm like, okay. And then when you play Returnal, you're like, oh yeah, this does got. I mean, it's just a 3D version, pretty much, of Nex Machina. And then now you look at Soros, and Soros looked like a much more a better kind of, you know what I'm saying, the pacing. with Soros seems more of my speed. But again, I don't know. Like I said, I love their work. I love what they do. And I mean, I want to play the game, but I'll get into my thoughts on that when I get onto PlayStation. Matter of fact, I probably am going to get to the PlayStation thing right now before we get into the strategy stuff. So, no, I'm going to get into the Xbox stuff right here about their strategic dilemma. All right. So, and let me look at these. Let me look at this. Yeah, this is so crazy. This thing is not even showing me live on YouTube. I don't know what the hell is going on there. Anyway, I'm glad I was over here and saying it says disagree a whole bunch, Raichi. Sarah did a lot more than what you think. And like I said, just along with Phil and them, they helped save the Xbox. And that's just a fact. He says you believe what they you believe. Oh yeah. Husky saying the same thing. Yeah, like I know what what I'm saying. Not all of everything that went down in the background, but from I know these things. So no. So I know enough. Sarah had a big hand into doing stuff, but it's also Satya and the board, the four horsemen of apocalypse, as I call them. The board, they all had Phil and Sarah and them had bosses. Like Sarah's boss was Phil. Phil's boss was Satya on the board. So again, so it's yeah, stop it. Anyway, let's say he says let's see. Oh, he says Forza 5 did well on PlayStation. You said Forza 5 did well. Yeah, Forza 5 did fantastic on Forza's gonna cook. But let's get into this dilemma thing right here. Okay, so no. Let's get into the PlayStation thing, because that's what's gonna kind of spark this whole dilemma thing for what Xbox, in my opinion. And the strategy is what's gonna go forward. Okay, so the rumors out there is that reporting, I should say, it's not rumors, it's been reported numerous times, and it's been all over the place, that PlayStation is going to cut back on putting their single player games on PC. Now, could they? Absolutely. I know when the last time that I seen the PlayStation showcase or whatever, the State of Play, which was a really good one. When I seen that they showed Ghost of Yotai, I was expecting them to release a PC date. They did not. And that's fine, right? And it's just, and you know what I'm saying? And listen, sometimes some of us don't bat 1,000. My whole strategy was basically thinking that PlayStation is seeing the opportunity of this. So therefore, what they're going to do is that they're going to start getting closer to putting their games out on day and date. And they have been actually putting a lot of their games day and date. So much not their single player games, but, some of their single player games, like they marketed, like, you got, I can't think of the name of that game. Hold on. I'm going to look right now. Oh, where's cause I got it right here. Cause I need to go back and I need to finish that game. I actually like it. What is the name of that damn game? It didn't do Lost Soul aside. But cause that was day and date. That came out on PC day and date. And so I just looked at it for just money purposes. You would make more money. And I had this argument with Mooch and others that was like, listen, it makes more sense to put these games day and date on PC so you can maximize your dollars. Well, what's been reported is that the reason why PlayStation is looking back on the whole thing of maybe pulling back their single player games is because of the fact that they have been putting those games out too late, and they're not generating the sales because the buzz of those games haven't materialized to what they so-called, from what the media is saying, projected. Now, I did remember, if you guys follow this stuff just like I do, there was some reporting of how much money that they grossed from having those games on PC. Just what, in January? It was in January. It was in December or January. It wasn't that long ago when we seen that information drop. And it was just another indication to me. It was like, oh, you know what? PlayStation is telling you, listen, we making bread, and they want to make the bread. And again, this is another reason behind this that I'm not fully trusting the report. I trust the reporting, but I'm not trusting that this is a certainty for more than one reason. But one reason is, okay, they just advertised a new controller from PlayStation that's PC ready. And I understand that they're putting in multiplayer games out there, but again, like Marathon had a good start, and now Marathon looks like it's already dwindling. Their online games are, except for Helldivers, is just not generating enough. Now, I would say that Marathon is doing a lot better than most others. Like, I mean, Helldivers is just kind of set the tone, the barometer. They have one of those games finally. Marathon, I don't wish nothing bad to happen to Marathon, but Marathon had a really good strong start, and then it's been dwindling and dwindling and dwindling. It's only been out. So listen, we'll find out here in about a month of where this game is going to be, because that's when it actually will level out, and we'll find out. Like, everything now is all excitement. People are trying to figure it out, see what the gaming loop, content, stuff like that. So we'll find out about that. And let's just say that Marathon does well, okay? And which I hope it does, right? Like, I don't want a studio to fail or anything like that. But that's not, PlayStation wants that to be its bread and butter. But the bread and butter is their single player games. And I understand the logic behind what the reporting is out there about, like, well, they want to try to generate more sales for their console. But see, this is the thing, that flex just doesn't sit necessarily right. Because I tell you why. If you had those, because again, this is what's been going on with PlayStation, and I mean within the industry itself. So it's not just me just trying to just knock on PlayStation, but I'm talking about PlayStation, but this is with the Xbox as well. Gamers are waiting. Gamers, unless it's a true fire game that they know that they want, like a Wolverine, like a Ghost of Yotei, like a Spider-Man, like a God of War. Oh yeah, you cool. But what about Project Zero? I mean, Project Zero is going to be on PC, right? But let's just say that for some reason they pulled back on Project Zero. And let's just say, for instance, for shits and giggles, and let's just say that they pulled that type of stunt on Stellar Blade. Now, Stellar Blade did pretty well on PlayStation, but it did really well on PC for all different various reasons. But regardless, it did well. If you wait to send your games out, and maybe this is why Xbox has made the approach that they've made, but I'll get to Xbox here later. But if PlayStation sits there and wait like for a year, 2, 3, let me read a couple of things from you from let me put because I got no, ladies and gentlemen, I got no for you, got hold on. I put the readers on. Okay, so let me read a couple of things here. Let me read a couple of things from what people are saying from the PC community. Like, this, you know what I'm saying? Normally I would usually have a little thing up there or whatever, but like I said, I ain't doing all that because I'm using it. I can still try to pull it up, but I'm not doing it. I'll just read it. Just take my word for it. All right, so I'm looking at this. I'm in Reddit in this one area. I'm in Reddit in this one space. And so this one person is saying, I don't think they understand how stubborn PC gamers are. There's literally no exclusive they have had or will have that is going to make us buy their console. Worst case, I'll wait to rip and get it for free. That's the very first one. And this was 6 days ago. This was 6 days ago, Jack. This is 6 days ago when this stuff started really coming out. All right, so here's another one. PC gamers won't even buy a game on the Epic Game Store when it's 100% free to use. And these geniuses at Sony think they can convince them to spend $500+ for their console. And that's got like 60 to 70 likes. Like, bro, let's keep going. This, why on earth would we buy when we don't even accept free Epic games? Generally speaking, it takes a lot to convince people to migrate to worse platforms. PC has at least the following advantages: free online, mods, larger variety of graphic options, multiple digital storefronts, better backward compatibility, doubles as a productivity machine, more input device options, emulation. Consoles fundamentally cannot compete because for them, the most interesting thing is extracting maximum revenue for the next quarter. The bean counter MBAs cannot overcome this. It's against their very nature. Listen, I mean, I could keep going on and on and on and on. So yes, you can listen to these yahoos out here on social media, and from the PlayStation content creator to the PlayStation stand, they will tell you up and down, this is just buy a PC. I mean, just buy a PlayStation. PC gamers ain't doing that shit, bruh. They're just not. It doesn't make sense to them. Now, I would think that the strategy behind it from Sony's position, if they do this, I can understand it, because of the fact that they think that they can strike while the iron is hot, because they have what is just telling us that they have a slate of games that's getting ready to come out pretty soon, right? They starting this year, and so it looks like for the next couple of years that they're going to have some games that's going to call some attention and get people excited. Like, again, eventually Spider-Man 3 is going to be shown here pretty soon. But this is the factor. If PC gamers are not going to buy a PlayStation or Xbox because of Grand Theft Auto 6, what the hell makes you think that they're going to buy a console for God of War, Wolverine, this, that, and the third? Grand Theft Auto 6 is bigger than all these games. They're bigger. It's the biggest game. So, and like, I mean, and the first person that was on here, he was cold motherfucking blooded. He's like, listen, he says, worst case, we'll wait or for the rip and get it for free. I mean, that type of flex ain't gonna work, Jack. Like, I mean, they think that, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's too many people that listens to the bullshit online and swear that they cooking and think that, oh yeah, that's it. Yeah. I mean, I've already got into that phase. I'm a console guy, and I'm already at the phase with PlayStation. Listen, I'm not doing this with you. I'm not. Yeah. Would I want to play Wolverine? Absolutely. Would I want to play Spider-Man 3? Absolutely. Would I love to play Ghost of Yotai? Absolutely. But I am not going backwards. It's too late now. You know what I mean? It's just like the situation with Xbox and Play Anywhere, which is my favorite. It's one of my favorite things ever brought to gaming. You give me the opportunity. I'm like, okay, I mean, I know that Xbox is not going to get every game. You know what I mean? So, but I know that PlayStation is over there putting their games on PC now. I know that there's a lot of PC games that I see that I'm like, yo, I want to try that out. I want to jump on it. So I spend the money for it for a powerful rig. And built this puppy up, and I'm over here, and then so like with Play Anywhere, like certain games, like let's say for instance, Trials of Amana, or I don't know. Let me look. Let me look at some of the. Let me look at a couple of games on my screen right here. Myth Force. I don't know if you guys. It looks like a little cartoon. It's like a little multiplayer game. It's actually kind of cool. If you haven't heard of it, look it up. It's pretty fun. But it's called Myth Force. But games like Myth Force or let's see. I'll even go and say Sword and Fairy together. But I'm looking for a certain type. Okay, Tales of Brizia. Or just the Tales games that has that weird animation. All those Tales games that got that anime look. Oh, I'm cool with playing them on my Xbox or PlayStation or Nintendo because graphically you can't push them up. Now you can't push them up to look any better. You can make them look somewhat better, but you can take the performance to the roof with those games if you want to on PC. But they play just as well on console for me, so it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like Noonie Cooney or Nano Cooney, however you want to say it, but you know how I say it. Noonie Cooney. Those games, those animated looking games. I can play those games on my console all day long without having no issues. But this is where the rubber meets the road now. Now, since I've already kind of gotten acclimated into this whole play anywhere aspect of it. So when I want to play a game like, let's say, okay, like The Last of Us, and The Last of Us 2. All right, I have those games. I have both of those games on my PlayStation. Beat Last of Us 2 on my PlayStation. Why in the hell that when I sit there and I bought the versions of those on my PC, I don't even turn my PlayStation on? Any of my games that I got, I did a lot of double buying for those PlayStation games. I did a lot of, and it started off with Spider-Man. It started off with Spider-Man was it was Spider-Man 20 it was Spider-Man 2018. It was Spider-Man 2018. And then God of War. And I'm like, yo. And I'm looking at these games and I'm like, my God, they play so much. They look and play like that's when I say that these games on PC are the definitive versions. They actually make you understand and appreciate PlayStation games better, in my opinion. PlayStation now, like I said, PlayStation has a method behind this if they decide to do this, but it's going to be a stupid one. If it's all about the exclusivity stuff, okay, cool, that's fine. But again, if you were selling the same games at the clip that you was during the PlayStation 4 generation, then by all means, yes, you would be over here cooking and doing and maybe turning numbers like Nintendo does with their exclusives. But that's not happening. And you're waiting a year or so to bring those games over to PC. So it's not like it's not like that. Well, PC is over here hindering your growth. If these games were going to sell, these games were going to sell massive. The reality of it is people wait for sales. When you say, well, Spider-Man sold 16 million copies, well, how many people waited before that game got on sale? Because remember, that game went on sale pretty quick. Because it wasn't catching up to the numbers that it once was in 2018. The only two games right now, because there was only one at the time, was God of War that was surpassing God of War 2018 numbers. And then now Ghost of Yotei, it's done real well. Matter of fact, it matched the same numbers, and I think it's done a little bit better than the first Ghost of Tsushima. So again, there's only two games. All the rest of these games have not outperformed what they were doing on PlayStation 4. Now, again, the factor I keep telling people that is because of that raising those games up to $70, and now instead of being $60, that $10 is a big difference, especially now when we going through all the shit that we going through right now. So I'm just saying. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm a person that's already convinced right now. Like, when I'm on Xbox and I'm playing, like, okay, well, I played, you seen the gameplay of me playing Avowed. Playing Avowed on my PC, right? It doesn't look bad on Xbox, but I mean, I already got, why waste what I got? You know what I'm saying? I bought this PC for this reason. I mean, well, I keep saying I bought it. Well, I did buy this stuff, but I built this PC for this reason. Because of Play Anywhere, because of this opportunity to see what these games look like. Like, again, Hellblade 2 looks great on Xbox, but it looks insane on PC if you have a high-end PC. Or even if you're not even a graphics guy. That's why I'm still a PC guy. I mean, a console guy, because I'm a graphics guy. The ability of having a game that you have with Play Anywhere, and you just say that you're cool playing your game at 1080p or 1440p, but you can have that bitch playing up to almost 200 frames per second. Like, I'm not I don't care about, like, I can push games to be, like, I could turn the settings down on the game and run at, 144 or 200 frames. It ain't that serious to me. It really ain't. Like, I mean, I want over 60, that's for sure. But other than that, I ain't tripping. I'm not tripping. Like, you know what I'm saying? I want that game to look good. So regardless, I don't know. So that's what I'm saying. Like, that flex for what people think that this is about what PlayStation may potentially do. The whole thing that makes more sense is what I've had the argument with PlayStation people was that, listen, just put your games out day and date. You'll make your money. People are waiting. And then you also got to understand too, there's people that get access to these games and they probably play them, beat them, and they're done. Or they may play them and then listen. I was listening to oh man, I can't think of the name of the YouTuber. They talk about like all different little stuff in the gaming space. There's some guys that's from South Africa or whatever. And anyway, they just talk about like gaming news and stuff like that. Well, anyway, they brought this whole situation up. And one of the guys said, listen, and I didn't even agree with him what he said about Miles Morales, but he was just basically saying, like, listen, like the other guy was like, really? That's stupid. And then the main guy on the channel was like, I don't even care enough for them to I wouldn't even care enough if they, like, because after Sony's last offerings, he wasn't feeling Spider-Man 2, he wasn't feeling Miles Morales, and he wasn't feeling God of War Ragnarok. Like, so he's like, for what Sony's offerings has been for the last year or two, it's I mean, we're not caring. That's the stuff that I don't think that people that as you're a person that plays on all different types of stuff, I definitely try to listen to and read and find out about the temperature in the room about stuff. And all this is doing is alienating. I mean, people are already pissed off with Sony for what Sony did with the whole Helldivers thing. So much so that the Helldivers studio went up and was begging people to, hey man, please stop bombing our game. Please stop doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, we'll make it right for you. And they had to reverse course because it was harming the game. So again, Sony can do whatever Sony wants to do, but it's just like what I've seen from Black Viking and others. It's like, well, Wolverine will be my last game. And I'm like, man, shit, is Wolverine even worth it for me? I'm not going back. After me playing those games and seeing what the true potential of what a PlayStation game would actually plays and feels and looks like on my rig, there is no fucking way that I'm going back to that. I'm just not. I'm not. And I'm already at the point where I'm cool. I can wait 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years for a PlayStation game. I'm at that point. There's only maybe 2 or 3 games from a PlayStation that I know that if I see it, I gotta have it. And that Gran Turismo is usually that game for me. You know, you know what I'm saying, like this token game, but that's going to be on PC because that's a multiplayer game anyway. I know I got to have that. That's day one. Wolverine, yeah, I love to play that day one, but is it detrimental? I mean, I was excited for Ghost of Yotai, but I'm like, shit, whenever it comes, I'm ready. I'll be ready. But if they saying that, listen, it ain't coming to PC, then I ain't ready then, and I ain't tripping. I'm not. I'm at that point with Sony to where I don't care. You do what you do. You do what you do. You keep playing games like this. You do what you do. And how many of you people are with me in here? Please let me know. Please let me know. Because again, it's like, well, why you won't support? I am supporting. But if you take the things that I like from what PlayStation did, you know what I'm saying, what PlayStation is doing, I mean, like we said, this is just reporting. This isn't, we haven't heard Sony say this outright, that they're going to do this. And that's why I still don't think that there may be some validity to it, to some of it. Like maybe they'll hold off Wolverine for 2 years or something like that. I just don't see them not wanting to make the money off of a Wolverine or off of something else. You know what I mean? Like I said, the biggest game is supposed to come out this year, which is Grand Theft Auto 6. And the reality of it is that if you don't see a huge uptick on PlayStation sales because of Grand Theft Auto 6, then from the PC community, then they're damn sure not going to do it for Wolverine. They're damn sure not going to do it for the X-Men games. They're damn sure not going to do it for Soros or for another God of War. Especially now that, I see people over here bitching about this new God of War that they're going to be doing, which is a spinoff, and I'm all for it. Listen, good. Make things more than Kratos, please. Hey, Halo 343 Studios. Halo Studios. Take a page from Balrog out there, from Santa Monica. Expand, please. Anyway, listen. Here, White says yeah, Mike Johnson. Yeah, PC graphics are insane, and so like and see, like Night of Cypher. Like, listen, he's like Wolverine will be. Listen, I'm not promoting any of that. I want you to support the developers. I'm not saying anything on that direction, but I'm just reading to you what people are saying. And like I said, I could keep reading more because I don't think that when I went through this that there was anybody that was in support of what Sony was doing, like saying, yo, listen, and like somebody else said in here, it's like, this is the next person. It's like, he says, this is still all speculation. You know what I'm saying? It is claimed, may happen, could potentially mean STC signed an insider. That's what I'm saying. Like, I could see them holding back, Wolverine a little longer. It would make sense. Yeah, I'm saying, maximize people to get that game to where you don't have to reduce that game price. I'm cool with that. I can wait 2 years for Wolverine. I ain't tripping. You know what I'm saying? But don't sit there and then for 6 years do this. And even longer than that because for what was exclusives for PlayStation, those were third party exclusives, but they were still exclusives. They were only on PC and PlayStation, right? So they never landed on Xbox or Nintendo. So again, you had PC gamers that was enjoying games that was on PlayStation for years. And now you want to sit there and talk about, well, we'll just hold on to it. Yeah, nah, man. You know what this sounds like to me? This sounds like, and if anybody else has said this, please, by all means, I don't listen to content creators to that degree that we all know, because I don't want to repeat anything that anybody else say. It's not like I don't like anybody or anything like that. I just kind of just follow my own little pathway on stuff. The content creators that I do see, that they're mostly PC people, like, you know what I'm saying? Because I just want to know about stats, prices, and stuff like that. But as for content creators that talks about like Xbox and PlayStation, I rarely listen to anybody like that, because I don't want to repeat the same things that they say at all. But let them cook. But I don't know if somebody did say this, then I apologize. But this is my thought. Could this be, because of what this person said, and I've been thinking this too, is Could this be the media trying to force PlayStation to make a decision on something, trying to entice? Because the one thing that they know, especially I say this braggingly, whenever this new Xbox comes out, probably one of the first things that I'm going to do is test it out, is over here play my Steam games and test out a PlayStation game. You know what I'm saying? Just to let you know, like, you ain't getting away. Hey, listen, Xbox maybe got Project Latitude, but Xbox has found a workaround. And maybe that some of the gaming media or these insiders or whatever has come to the point to wanted to make this, because like I said, they brought this up last year. And since they brought this up last year, and it didn't get a lot of traction because there was still PlayStation games still dropping on PC. Why is it now, like, all of a sudden, like, now it's burning like wildfire? Now, since the talk about the new Xbox has dropped, could this be one of these things to kind of sabotage the game of trying to let's talk about what PlayStation's doing instead of what Xbox is doing? Like, because the whole talk was that Xbox wasn't going to make a new console. We've been trying to tell you guys for a minute that there is a new Xbox that's coming, regardless of what, you know. I mean, there was times that you had to look at the stuff and think or whatever. Like, I mean, there was some questions, especially when Phil and Sarah, you know, one stepped down, the other one retired. But here we are. And it's even more official. They even got a logo for it and everything from the new CEO. So it's all here. So I don't know if this is all smoke and mirrors to just try to persuade PlayStation to want to do this. But again, this will be another slap to the face to the PC community. And I don't know, for you just an all console person, you're like, well, you know, the hell with the PC community. But again, that's still money that you're losing. And you're not going to, and listen, the PC community seems very, very fickle. They seem very assholish. So again, do you think that they're going to drop down? Like, it's not going to do it. Like, I mean, even a PlayStation person that has a powerful gaming PC, that, let's just say that their PC is more adequate than their PlayStation 5 or their PlayStation 5 Pro. They're not going back to play those games on I guarantee you, because there's no Play Anywhere on PlayStation, which that would be a smart move by PlayStation to do that, but of course they won't. But I know that they talked about it, but if they did something like that to where they had a Play Anywhere, but I guarantee you, like, let's look at Resident Evil. Were you going to buy it on the PlayStation or are you going to buy it on your PC? I mean, that's the luxury of what Xbox gamers don't have to worry about, because we got Play Anywhere, and we, you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't even matter. Like, I mean, again, if you got the luxury of having a gaming PC that is more powerful than your Series X, then again, it's a win-win scenario, because you only bought the game once. Like, I cannot wait for Crimson Desert. Like, I mean, right now, I just got finished with Avowed, and I started the Ninja Gaiden 4 DLC. Oh my God! If you have not played that game, Ninja Gaiden 4, yet, and you like hack and slash games, please, by all means, you are missing out on greatness. My God, Platinum Games put their feet, ass, toes, elbows, knees, everything in that damn game with the combat. That game is insanely fun. Oh my God, it's so good. God, it's amazing. I mean, I just kicked it off, did about maybe 20, 30 minutes of it. And I'm just like, what? Already. And I mean, I beat the game. And I enjoyed the hell out of it immensely. But just starting off on the DLC and then already starting off with them double sickle like weapon. Oh man, come on. Just juicy. Anyway, but that's again, a game like that, right? Like, okay, so like Ninja Gaiden 4 is not that graphically intense, you know what I mean? Like, you know, now if you're shooting for frames, Okay, so your PC frames will be important on that end. I mean, but I still feel that that game will play. That game runs really, really well on the Xbox. That it's enjoyable on Xbox. So it don't really matter. But if you're trying to go for higher frames or whatever, and then you got that as a Play Anywhere title, and you can play that, or just like Game Pass. Oh my God, it's so damn good, so good. Anyway, so I just don't know. I think Sony's strategy would be it would shoot themselves in the foot. Would it help for Wolverine? Sure, but it would already help for Wolverine because Wolverine is not going to be a day and date on PC. That's what I'm saying. Like this strategy, it just doesn't compute with me. It just doesn't. It doesn't. It just seems like, and we haven't heard PlayStation say that. Now PlayStation is coming out to do an event or something, and they want to bring that up then. By all means, but then it's, again, you look at Kena is coming to PC day one. So I don't know, man. You know what? It's just weird. It's just weird. What did he say? He said, you said you're a smidge worried about only 3 performance cores. I feel like it should be 4. Let me see what y'all guys talking about. It says, he says, I've already decided to get the Project Helix console, which would be my first Xbox as a secondary device. Now, you know, I want to jump on it. What's going on with Jazzy Noob? He said I'm still salty about how they did. He says what they did. He said I'm still salty about how they did that, but I am giving Asha a chance to prove. Okay, I don't know. Well, let me get up in here and read what that was. You said booting up a PlayStation game on Helix might be my priority. That's my, listen. I got tons of PlayStation games on my PC, so I ain't tripping. Like I said, I am not worried at all about how the situation plays out with PlayStation. If they want to do this way, by all means, do it. I'm just not tripping about it. Like, I'm just not. So, hold on, let me see. Hopefully I'm not stuck. Am I stuck, guys? Hopefully I'm not. Let's see. Or did I did I do this myself? Hopefully I didn't. Let me see. Let me do something for a second. Okay. All right. I was just making sure. I was like, what's going on? Okay, I did. I must have accidentally hit a pause button or something. Whatever. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Oh no. What am I doing? I don't know what I just did there. I don't know what I just did there. What did I do? God dang it. Okay. Okay, since I reset it, okay, I didn't get to, and so I missed everything of what everybody was saying. God dang it. Okay, but let me see what Jazzy News says. He says that was about Sarah and Phil. Don't like how it went down with Sarah. No, I hated how it went down with Sarah. And you know what? Shout out. I will say this too. Shout out to a lot of the Xbox people behind the shadows that was giving Sarah her flowers. Like it really, I seen that, you know what I'm saying? I gave her my flowers too, of course. Like, I don't know Sarah Bond like that. You know, I met her a couple of times. You know, I haven't met her as much as others, but wanted to give her flowers. But there was a lot of Xbox well, I should say like executives, but employees and things of that nature, that was giving their 2 cents about the situation, and was giving her a lot of props and love and stuff like that. So anyway, let's go. He says, but if Asha makes it right, makes the right moves, then I'm fine with her. When you were commenting on change in leadership, like, listen, you know what I'm saying? I don't, like I said, we knew eventually, like I said, I knew Phil would be gone. I thought that Sarah was going to be the successor, which I think that, you know, I got other theories behind all of this, but that's a whole nother topic. But it's like I said with Xbox. If the tone has to be right, the tone, what she's saying is what you want to hear, of course, but the tone, the actions has to align. You know, you can, like I said, like I saw Satya cosplaying. He's not a gamer. I can't, you know what I'm saying? Listen, you know what I'm saying? He's the Godfather, but again, I can't listen to a person that's trying to talk about how they feel about Xbox when they wanted Xbox to be gone. I can't also hear about a person that if there's talks about exclusivity with Xbox, when a person doesn't, when they've came out and said that they don't like exclusives. So again, Satya is not even in the equation on this aspect. This is about Asha and about like what her pathway. I know that they're going to have a board and things of that nature. I think that like one of the things that I did really enjoy to read and to see what she said, what she posted was about marketing, and she rehired a whole new marketing team. And that's the thing, like right there, it's like that's the shit I'm talking about. Like again, no nonsense, keep it funky, let the gaming media know, hey, if you're disrespectful on some shit, we gonna call you out on it. If there's something that we don't like, we gonna call you out on it. You already bash us as it is. You already sit there and have these sly remarks. You sit there and you glaze over PlayStation, Nintendo. Much sore. And even when we have a great year with games, you're still talking about the 1 or 2 games that comes out from each, even if those consoles have dry years, and if Xbox has a really great year of content, you still glaze over those 1 or 2 games over Xbox. And even though Xbox is bringing good product and diversity and things of that nature, what you asked Xbox to do, and what the gamers asked to do, you still ain't giving Xbox the same type of praise like you would for PlayStation. Because I guarantee you, if PlayStation starts bringing in the exclusives or their game or their first party games at a clip close to what Xbox is doing, damn sure believe that the gaming media is going to give them all of their flowers. And I mean, that's cool, rightfully so, but I mean, come on, man. Anyway, but the marketing thing is another huge factor. I don't know why they went with all the analytics and all that weird shit, because the one thing that is the absolute fact is that marketing still matters. It still matters. And I'm going to tell you why. Okay, so me and my wife, we went to the Thunder game, OKC Thunder game, and my wife first told me, she's like, hey, I thought I seen something about PlayStation. And so, you know, I just sit there, I was like, oh, and I didn't really pay attention to it or whatever. And then so we was just watching another Thunder game. We was watching a Thunder game. We were live when she first brought it up. We were there live, but then just a couple. It wasn't the Knicks game. It was a game where we were last at home, and she's like, "Whoa!" She's like, "I seen that they were promoting PlayStation." Now my wife is not a gamer, but she noticed that, and so if a person who's not a gamer that can notice that, then so can a person that, you know what I'm saying, so can another person that's not a gamer that can see when you advertising right then and there and you're showing a PlayStation product and there is no Xbox or no Nintendo or anything like that, then who do you think is going to what do you think is going to be in their mind or whatever of when they want to sit there and think about a game or something of that nature, or if they looking to want to buy a product, a console or something of that nature, or advertise a game. Like, you don't have to go all crazy and put a million commercials on it like during soap opera hours, but you damn sure need to put your stuff out at the right times in the right venues. Sports venues are the best place to put stuff about content, especially if you're going to sit there and I don't know about like the marketing thing, because I know PlayStation has the marketing rights to NBA 2K to a degree, right? But it blows my mind that we can watch NFL games and they'll have Microsoft Surface Pro stuff, but then there's not anything about Xbox with Madden, or like Madden in college football is on. Like PlayStation's advertising is all over the college football playoffs. Bro, all over the place. That's the marketing that we're talking about. That's the type of marketing that we're talking about. Like I've said it before, like, you know what I'm saying? Most people that watch Adult Swim and stuff like that, definitely watch like stuff from like anime, like from Crunchyroll or anything like that. Throw some damn commercials out. Throw some ads out on those, when you sit there and got an ad or something of that nature on people that's watching anime or something. Boom, boom, throw that shit out there. But like for regular old school advertising, sports venues is the best thing to do. Or even, and I know this may sound crazy, but like big events, like if there's like the Oscars or the all these other little awards and the MTV awards and stuff like that, BET awards and stuff like that, throw your shit out there. Let people know that Xbox is still around, that Xbox is theirs. This is the difference between PlayStation and Xbox and Nintendo. Nintendo and PlayStation is known for their consoles. Xbox is only known for their games. When you sit there, when people say Halo, they don't ever say, oh, that's that game on Xbox. They just say Halo. But when somebody says God of War, they know that's going to be, that's connected to PlayStation. If you listen to really older people, you know what I'm saying? Because now I'm old, so I can't sit down. So I can't just sit there and say old folk. So I'm an unk now. But older people, like the boomers, when they sit there and they'll bring up Nintendo and PlayStation. Will never say Xbox because they don't see enough advertisement of Xbox. That's the stuff that we need to that needs to be out there first and foremost. Like that's the shit that Xbox. Please listen to reason. Like, I mean, again, sitting there having a big time content creator do the shit. Yeah, I get that, and that's fine if you got the right one. But if you do, but you know what I'm saying. But again, and like I said, I okay. So like, if Sarah was behind the whoever was behind this is the Xboxer commercials, that shit needs to be dead. Scrap that, throw that in the trash. It's gone. If Sarah did that was a huge mistake. Huge mistake. That's what I'm saying, Mike Johnson. Yeah, that's what my wife was telling me. Like on the stand, well, on the booths where they'll do the where the announcers and stuff are right there. Like there'll be these little advertisement things pop up and things like that. But yeah, you'll see PlayStation stuff, PlayStation's logo and PlayStation's name there, and then you'll have I can't remember where I did see the PlayStation logo on somebody's floor, but that's the things that I'm talking about. Like, I mean, just think about this for a second too. If Xbox was also smart with their marketing strategy, you know how like some of these sports teams or soccer team, well, some of these sports teams like, you know, baseball, NBA, I think soccer has them for sure too. Like they have those they got these logos on their uniform. Xbox, get on something. Get on somebody's shit, man. Do that. You don't have, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to sit there and put, like I said, you don't have to put ads all through the day or at, I mean, now, I mean, if older people like, you know what I'm saying? They would probably say shit's too expensive because the consoles are crazy expensive. But maybe 10 o'clock news, local news, throw an ad or two, you know what I'm saying? But again, no, you don't have to do that. But man, throw that shit on events. Like, you know what I'm saying? Sporting events, music events, you know, and like I said, movie theaters for big time movies, you can't lose on that because we're all sitting there anticipating the movie. Can you just imagine? You're right here, you're getting ready to see the new Spider-Man that's coming out, or if you're coming out to see uh, uh, the new Avengers movies, Doomsday, that's going to be coming out at the end of the year, and you up in the theater and you're sitting there, and because I've seen this before, and Xbox is showing an ad there, and they're showing some games, and then they bring up about Game Pass. They'll show like you know what I'm saying, like some dope ass games, and then they'll sit there and they'll show like something about Game Pass or advertising of the new Xbox or something of that nature. Man, yeah, man, come on, bro, like that. And people are sitting here like, interesting. And then you'll have some people definitely say, oh, I didn't know Xbox was still around. You got to present yourself. Like, I don't know, man. The marketing thing has been so topsy-turvy. I don't know. I understand that they had a nasty budget to where they didn't want to advertise much. And even in PlayStation has toned it down quite a bit. But you still have to put out something out there to let know that Xbox is still relevant. Because if the narrative that's always being spewed out is Xbox is dead, Xbox is dead, Xbox is dead, Xbox is gone, there's no Xbox here, there, and the third, and Xbox is about to close down, and this, that, and you're not advertising no shit, then people are going to believe it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? You got to put it out there. You got to let people know that Xbox is ready to rock and it's not going anywhere. And here we are. And here's some of these hot ass games that we dropping. Like, it would be absolutely asinine for you not to advertise Forza Horizon 6 or Fable when you have to bring those games up at a high clip. So anyway, it says admittedly Microsoft has to figure out its marketing. I'm learning about them on my own. Right, that's what I'm saying. It don't make sense. They have to get that shit out there. So when this whole new thing, like that's the one thing I'm hoping with this new era of Xbox is that, like, listen, get on that demon time. Don't let this media sit there and let's not jolly go Uyghurs. Oh my goodness. Thank you for another talk bad about our games, but I'm going to give you an interview. Fuck you. You sit there and you just berated me on one of your podcasts, and then you expect an interview from me? Kick rocks. And then this is the thing that Xbox needs to also put into this, because I mean, because I follow a lot of politics. If you don't like what the media is doing on your end, build your media from the bottom up. Grab smaller content creators and build them. Grab mid-tier, high-tier pro Xbox channels and build them to where their voice can't be stopped or heard. That's what you do. You do not sit here and just keep playing. I mean, again, I'm not saying that you alienate everybody, because I mean, the one thing that you want is to also be put to the fire when people feel like Xbox is doing something wrong. But you just sit here and you just seen how some of the gaming media has treated your announcement of the new console, but yet you will go on stage and parlay and do and again, some of these like Keeley stuff, that he has the biggest venue right now. He helped kill E3, right? Like the gaming media is so happy about that. Like I seen what Tom Huddleston, I think that's his full name. Apologies if I got his last name wrong, but what he said about like that he made a joke about people sweaty people getting close to Phil and shaking hands and all this and that, and it was basically talking shit about E3 and how the community is, because the reality of it was that a lot of media people did not like the fact that that was open to the public like that. So and again, they felt threatened because content creators are really the future of the news. I mean, it's very apparent just with everything else that you see, if you really want to get deeper information and things of that nature. But anyway, not trying to go too far out, but that's what Xbox has to do. Like build this shit. Like if you can't get it from Game Informer, from IGN, from the name of staff, from the establishments, from the establishment media, build it, build it, and guarantee it might be a slow burn, but that's how you get people to pay attention to what's going on. Because you just heard somebody in it. Well, you just heard me say what somebody in the chat said. I had to go and do this. He says, "Yeah, Xbox got to do better with the marketing." I had to. I just figured it out and got the information myself. Like, nah, man, you got to be better than this. You got to be better than that. You got to be better than that. So anyway, I can't go on and on about that, but anyway. So yeah, last point on the PlayStation stuff. I think that honestly. I just think that it's still speculation. I think that they might make some moves. I think that if anything, that they will do, like they will draw out these games and then send them out later. They'll kind of maybe do what they did in the beginning, like maybe 3 years out, something like that, to try to maximize as much money as they possibly can and see if that will generate some more sales. But just going full-fledged, we're not bringing our single-player games out there. Because, I mean, man, because if you looked at Helldivers 2, it wasn't, and I know that's a multiplayer game, but if you look at Helldivers 2, you look at a couple of other games, man, that's dropped, it was the help of the PC community that helped build those games up. Like, it wasn't PlayStation that helped build up Helldivers 2, it was the PC community. And then if you didn't, then you would have had another game that would have been talked about by some, but it would have been overlooked by most. It was the PC community that really brought that game up to even bring the hype level to where Xbox gamers were excited to get that game. Right? So, yeah, I don't know, man. Like that's a weird strategy. If they go backwards, I know for the people that likes that, they're feeling like, oh, yeah, it was great. Yeah, buy a PlayStation. I'm not buying no PlayStation 6. I'm not even worried about it. I'm not even worried about it. I'm just not. If it comes to that point, then it comes to that point. There's too many games to play. Like, there's not a PlayStation game that I give a damn about other than Token, and that's not even a PlayStation game. That's just a game that they paid to just keep exclusive. I'm tired of that bullshit too, but it's a fighter. You know how much I love my fighters. I'm gonna cop it. But I'm copping it on PC. So now let's get to the last topic, which we're talking about Xbox's dilemma. All right. Okay. So now here we are. I was reading. I read the stuff, the article from Jez, and it was, and this was a thing here that was because okay. So the exclusive thing, and I did have that written up there, and I had enough people come over here, but like I said, I don't know what the crazy thing is with YouTube. I don't even know what that situation is. That is so weird to me. But anyway, Xbox. Would I want Xbox to bring the exclusives back? It's a yes and a no thing. For me, it's like I've been very clear about how I feel about Project Latitude. I'm not a fan of it, but I understand it. So it's like, for my thing is that absolutely, I don't care. Bring some of these games over and put them on PlayStation, put them on Nintendo, put them on PC, put them on mobile. Go ahead. Like, I mean, that's that Trojan horse mentality, or not mentality, but Trojan horse strategy that I'm like, oh, okay, that's fine. Because honestly, there's going to be PlayStation gamers that's not going to buy an Xbox. And especially with the price of the Xbox now, absolutely not. And if they're going to buy an Xbox, they would probably buy an S. But then since they know a new console's coming, and then you hear the price of the new Xbox console, yeesh. They're going to stay home, most likely. No matter what they talk about with graphics and superiority and graphics and flops and all that other mess, they're going to stay home. So I get that. But the one thing that I was hoping that they were going to do is keep the big boys at home. And if they have, let's just say, for instance, okay, like Avowed is not a big game, right? But it's a good game. And let's just say that, okay, like Avowed killed it in sales. Okay. All right. Well, I understand that this game came on PlayStation, but this next one's going to be this next one's going to be an exclusive. Now, yeah, you can have PlayStation people be pissed off about it, but I mean, this game did well. And if it did well on Xbox and it did well on PlayStation, now again, if it did well on PlayStation more than it did on Xbox, which the situation, because there's more players there, there's more consoles out than that, then most likely it probably would. But if it didn't and it did better on Xbox, then there's no harm, no foul, in my opinion. Then the next version of Avowed should be exclusive. The game did very well in sales. The game has traction. The game is going to get a sequel. The game should be a franchise. Let's go. Well, it is a franchise because of the Pillars of Eternity or whatever. But it's its own, it can start its own thing. Case in point, Starfield. Starfield should not be going to PlayStation. Shouldn't. Did good enough. And as much as they berated and talked shit about that game and did this, that, and the third, and if that game, and see, this is another thing too, another barometer that I think that Xbox should look into as well on this is that, okay, the certain games that they bring over to PlayStation or already have brought over to PlayStation and Nintendo or whatever, and those games haven't sold well, then why even, if those games get sequels, then why those games should even get the opportunity to go over there, right? If they didn't sell well, then they didn't sell well, and that's fine. Keep it in-house. But for like Forza, Halo, Gears should never be on anything else except for PC. And if you wanted to do mobile, I'm not even tripping about mobile because of cloud and stuff like that. But it should never be on PlayStation or Nintendo, because this is the reason why. And so my thing was, all right, you know what? I'm comfortable with it. Pandora's box is open. I've gotten over it now. Because when this new Xbox comes out, I'll be able to play my PlayStation games on my Xbox. And so it's no harm, no foul. I looked at it. Well, now PlayStation's over here supposedly trying to make this move. Well, now there is harm and foul. Because I'm like, oh, they're over here pulling back. Well, now Xbox is over here, while, Asha is just bracing up and saying, listen, we're still going to be doing pretty much, we'll sending games to where you are project. But there has to be a pullback. So like, for instance, okay, so let's just say that you will do, so let's say that they would do the Halo remakes of 1, 2, and 3, right? Let's just say 1, 2, 3, let's just say 1 through 4. They should do 1 through 5, but anyway. Let's just say they do 1 through 3, just for shits and giggles. Well, that genie's out the bag on that. You've already put those games on PlayStation. Okay. Those games are so old. So, and I understand there's a remake, and so, it's better graphics, better gameplay, stuff like that. But the games are still going to follow the story. And from some, if you're a Halo fan, you know the story up and down, even with the extra missions or whatever, right? So, but when the new Halo drops, that stays in-house. Xbox, PC. PlayStation doesn't get that. Nintendo doesn't get that. They get Call of Duty. So, that's why I think like it is a dilemma, because if PlayStation is still trying to pull back, then PlayStation feels that this is another opportunity for them to look like that they're in the driver's seat. While I will say this, I have been seeing some things where people have been interested PC gamers have been interested into the Project Helix. Case in point is because of Play Anywhere, Game Pass, and of which is to them, I can play my Steam games. And this is why I think that this, and see, this is why I say, going right back to, I said the PlayStation Flex on keeping games in-house might not be as smooth as they think it is. Because what Xbox is doing is saying, listen, we're going to have a console for you. It's going to be powerful. So it's going to have those PC aesthetics to it, to where, you know, you get those options and things of that nature for the most part, especially for your Steam games and stuff like that. So it's going to be powerful enough. And you have all the riches of playing all these games, except for maybe PlayStation and Nintendo games. But you'll also have emulation. You know, there was the rumors about Xbox trying to figure a way to where you got free online. You know, they'll angle it some way where we're still gonna get charged for it, but you know, free online, things of that nature. If they can make this thing work in the way that they are, they will attract far more PC gamers than PlayStation will, because of their exclusives. Because Steam is these people's home for the most part. You know, but you also have GOG, you also have Epic Store, you also have, you know what I'm saying? And then of course with the deals that you can get by buying games on PC, things of that nature. And then you have this console that's going to be more affordable than what these PC parts is going to be. See, now I understand, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think that the reason why if PlayStation does this is because of the fact they know that the PC market is in a bad place right now, especially with all those, they're talking about that there might not be a GPU until 2027, 2028. They're talking about that, the RAM shortage is awful because all that RAM is going to those data centers. The prices are insane. I was just pricing a 5090. Well, my wife was going through it because I was saying that I need to upgrade a couple of things on my PC to future-proof it. And I just said, just look and see how much a 5090 is. 5090, the cheapest that she's seen was like $3,500. Bruh. While the 5080 was around, like I said, the cheapest I seen was $900 to $1,200. But then, like, when you look at seeing stuff of RAM, and then the RAM that the RAM that I was going to get, it was going to be the lower version of DDR5. So that's why I changed up and I went and I got the highest version of DDR4. And anyway, the DDR5 that I looked at that time was around $60, $70. And the highest now is around like $200 for a stick of like what? Eight gigs or 16 gigs, something like I think I seen the highest one I seen, I think it was like what? 63 gigs or something like that, and it was like $1,000, like a stick of fucking RAM. That is crazy, bro. So yeah, the PC, this is exactly where the PC market is looking like it's trying to go. It's trying to force people to rent a PC. I sit there and I talked about that the last time I did a video. So anyway, that's where it looks like they're trying to go with that. And so anyway, so when you look and see what Xbox is trying to do, and if the Xbox is powerful enough, that's going to be way more attractive than what PlayStation is offering with just with a superhero game or with another God of War or another Gran Turismo. I'm just being honest with that. Like and I'm just telling you from what I've read, from what I read, like in Reddit and in other places about like, I mean, hell, you can just go to Twitter and just look at it yourself. So It is very interesting. So again, like the Project Helix have a lot of potential, but they have to advertise that shit out. But the dilemma is it's going to be about exclusives because for the console version, the console side of us, and I mean, I don't feel it as much as other people do, but they feel like they've been pushed aside. They feel like the console is it doesn't have the same type of luster. Even though we all turn on our Xboxes and we play our games and do all that, it's that because they've let the ridiculous mentality of some of these content creators and Xbox haters out there make it seem like Xbox doesn't care about console gamers. Just look at all the games that we're getting that have never been on Xbox before. Some of the franchises that we've never gotten. Some of the opportunities that we've gotten for certain certain titles to be on the box, right? Like it's just nuts. What's up, DJ Berto Das? You know what I mean? So that's the thing that I'm trying to bring up to you guys is that, listen, some of this stuff is a lot of bullshit, but I understand that genuinely there's some people out there that that feel that way about and it's about the exclusive situation. I don't feel like that genie is going to get right back in the bottle. I don't see it. I just don't. But to wait to alleviate this is to do time exclusives, and I mean do for the bigger games, longer time exclusive. 2 years for a Halo, for a Gears, for a Forza, not 6 fucking months. Man, let them cook. Let them wait for it. Let them see us going crazy, having a blast. And let them, since they said they've had all these great PCs and all these high-end PCs, let them buy Forza on PC. But for Forza, Gears, Halo, Starfield, even though, like I said, I know Starfield's coming here next month, but Starfield it has been a while since, like, they were thinking Starfield is like right next door. So Starfield did have a good long time. But me personally, I would keep them exclusive. Starfield did well enough without PlayStation exclusive. If these games don't sell well on PlayStation, forget it. Lock them up. Keep them in-house. Keep them in Xbox PC. Now, if they, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just my thought process on it. There was something that I believe that Ed Boon posted, and I had this long conversation with a fighter buddy of mine online, and they asked about, like, how would you buy, like, okay, like if Killer Instinct came back, there was 2 versions of it. Like, how would you want it? Like, basically, would you want it to be a free to play, or would you want to play $70? Blah blah blah. Of course, I'm like, shut up edition. You know, give me the $70 or the $100 version, the shut up edition, and I'm good. I need it. I need Killer Instinct in my life, right? But then he asked another question, was like, do you want it exclusive? And I don't know if that was Ed Boon or if that was Jez. I can't remember which one who asked that. But it was like second place for exclusive. Majority of people wanted it to be on everything. And so anyway, the person was, you know, my fighting game buddy was over here bringing up and saying, you know, but PlayStation gamers, they would love the game. They've talked about it. And I said, I know. And that's what right there is the reason why Killer Instinct should remain exclusive on Xbox and PC. I mean, or if you don't even want to call it exclusive, console exclusive. Let's just put it like that. Because Killer Instinct did fine without PlayStation or Nintendo. It sold very well. There's people still playing that game today. This game is 16 years old. There's fighters, fighters, shooters, racers. There's games that drop, hell, single player games. There's games that come out in a month and they're dead. They're gone. And Killer Instinct still remains. It does not get enough love for that. But you know what? They love it enough because they don't talk about it. So they want Xbox to go ahead and give that up and put that out there. Absolutely not. I wouldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? That would be where, listen, you want it, use one of them big powerful PCs that you've been bragging and lying about, or buy that Xbox. Period. For a new Killer Instinct. But will that happen? Absolutely not. Probably not. And listen, if in a calm, soothing, rainbows and lollipop world, yeah, no, nothing should be exclusive. Everybody should be entitled to play whatever they want to play on whatever platform console, whatever that they want to play it on. But that's just not the case, especially if there's a company that just keeps on playing games with the gaming community. And again, like I said, I'm not gonna fully blame PlayStation for this because of what these media types out there pushing out there, because PlayStation ain't said nothing. But if PlayStation does do this, then they're playing with the emotions of the gamers. You've already sit there and been doing this for 6 years. Now you're going to pull back? Then if that's the case, then Xbox has every right to pull back as well. And like I said, they don't have to do it with everything. Just do it with the mainstays and the games that doesn't sell well on PlayStation. Keep them in-house. They ain't no need to make a port, to spend the money for a port. Keep them in-house. I know that right. He's saying Dark Mega. I'm just saying, bro. Like he says, Curie says, pay the money, and if they need to do a fighter pass, it's better. It better be affordable. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, I liked what they did, what Killer Instinct did. Killer Instinct was one of those games that first did that whole. It wasn't free to play, but it was like, for people. Well, it was kind of a free to play for the people who didn't get to play, and they alternated the characters. And I thought that was genius. So if they could, I would hope they would still do the same thing, like sell the game, but also have that game out there. And then for people who are Game Pass subscribers that are Ultimate or the tier right below it, let them have an extra character, like like when you do the one character, do 2 or 3. Like for the Ultimate, you get 3 characters that you rotate, and then for the tier below that, you do 1, and then for the other tiers below that, you just play with whatever that you have, because it's pretty much a free to play at this point. But it's out there, and that's also will entice people to sit there, and if they love Killer Instinct like that, like shit, I'm either going to buy this game because I'm in love with it, or I want to upgrade on Game Pass. PlayStation cats, you want it? Get it on PC or buy an Xbox. So, but again, do I see Xbox doing that? No. And would I like them to? Yes. Would I like to, you know what I'm saying? Again, but it all stems to, but I will say this as well, it all stems on what PlayStation's strategy is on these single player games going to PC. Because if this is a nothing burger, if this is something that they may want to delay putting some games out again, make it a little bit longer, but they're still bringing those games to PC, then okay, whatever. No harm, no foul. We're still getting to that point to where everybody can play the games where they want to play them at. You see what I'm saying? So then, you don't have to be overly drastic, but there need to be more timed exclusives. Skyrim deserves to be everywhere because it has been everywhere. But I would have the rest of the community wait. PC, Xbox, go ahead and wait a year. You know you want it. If you want it now, I mean, listen. Look at how what 2K Games is doing, or Take-Two Games is doing with Grand Theft Auto to the PC community. They're like, consoles first. We'll drop you guys later. I mean, I had this discussion with Paris last year at some point where I was just saying, like, if they keep delaying it, then you would think that they would eventually put those. It would be a lot quicker before that game would come. I mean, that game would come day and date with PC, or maybe a lot sooner than people waiting a year. But Paris was right, and I was wrong on it because I was just saying that just wouldn't make any sense. I would think that you would have the PC community rebel a little bit, but the game is so big they're not. So Paris was right on that. So why hell not do that with a game like Skyrim? Why not do that for the next Starfield? Why not do that for the new Halo? Make them wait. And that's the thing. Like I said, like it is dark mega because again, if PlayStation is doing what these reporters are saying that PlayStation is going to do, it is time to stop being. It's time for the pleasantries. It's time to stop with the pleasantries. We're done with it. We're done with it. Time to be forceful. Be direct. So I don't know. That's my thing. I think that it's something we can't deny is that the PlayStation 4 UI was super laggy. The Xbox One UI had the advantage. Oh, it did. But see, again, that's another point. I've said this, and I'll say it again because it needs to be said. I've seen people that says, well, Xbox was in dire straits because of this individual, that individual, this individual, talking about the staff. The staff listened to the content creators that once were Xbox people that are no longer Xbox people. They have pro PlayStation channels now, and they'll still talk about Xbox and sometimes decent. But for the most part, the people that they bring on their podcasts and things of that nature, they just sit there and they talk primarily about PlayStation in a positive light, more so than the things that built their channels, which was Xbox. Xbox listened to them, and those were the people that felt the Xbox One more so than, you know what I'm saying. And then Xbox did. Then the staff at the end finished it off. And then so when Xbox brought the Series X and S to the table, they brought to what those content creators were out there and some of the media out there was saying, well, just make a console. Stop worrying about TV and features and this, that, and the third. Just bring a console. Make it simple. They did that. And what happened? Series X still got shitted on. Series S, poor thing just gets dog walked, and it's way more capable than the Switch 2. Way more capable. Way more capable. And that's the thing that's what I'm saying. Like, go all out, make the console, and put the features. And bring a little bit of everything that you possibly can from each console. Make that bad boy a all-in-one gaming mecca. Gaming entertainment mecca. Because that's what PC is. That's what a PC is. A PC is an entertainment mecca. You can watch movies. You can sit here and you can go to work on a PC. You can do... Make the Xbox, the Project Helix, the gaming entertainment mecca. Snap feature. Have all these crazy cool ass things that you had in the 360 where, like you're saying, you can watch YouTube movies or Netflix movies together. Crazy dope ass features. Do all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like the quick resume. You know what I'm saying? Hell, bring as much as this stuff back and put this in this damn box. The hell with all these weirdos that keep on sitting there saying that they don't care about features when you see them watching, when you see a lot of them watching TV on their Xboxes and PlayStations. Like I don't get it. I don't. So regardless, but yeah, we'll see about their strategy. Their strategy needs it is a dilemma because I mean, again, the game. I just, and right before I started the stream, which was 2 hours ago. Okay, anyway, I got to get out of here. I seen that Jez posted. I mean, it was right before I was just getting ready to go live, and I said, "What the hell is this?" And he did a poll. He said of 40,000 people about the exclusivity, about if they wanted Xbox to not to have exclusives. It was only 12%. 12%, I think he said 12% that said no need to keep exclusives. So it means something to the Xbox community. 40,000 people. So it means something. Like I said, I'm not going anywhere. I've got too much invested into my Xbox, so my Xboxes. So it's not like I'm not going anywhere. But it's just the one thing that I'm just like, well, if Xbox wants to be in this position and then let PlayStation sit there and still do sly shit on the side, to sit there and still, have the best of all worlds, but then yet you don't do anything to try to. I mean, I didn't like the grubby shit from PlayStation when they had when they had the rights to Call of Duty, where they would take modes and they would keep it exclusive for ever or for a few years. I thought that those things were crummy, but what I don't find, like, if PlayStation wants to play those type of games, then Xbox should do that to them. How about Call of Duty comes a week or two early, only on Xbox. Call of Duty only comes out. Forza comes out. Well, Forza's going to be out for 6 months or whatever. But yeah, but like for games like that, like for Call of Duty, yeah. Oh my goodness, this new whatever that's coming out for Call of Duty, this new mode or whatever, it's coming out early on Xbox. Start bringing those things to entice more people to sit there and to pay attention to Xbox. Because then you'll have people that's like, man, this Call of Duty is dope, or this mode, or whatever the case may be. Or not only just with Call of Duty, but with other games. And they get to see it, and you got people like, hey, man, what game is that? Oh, man. You see what I'm saying? Like, they're going to play the game dirty back. Like, enough of the kumbaya. Enough of it. That's my opinion. Negan says exclusives are lame. It's just ponies flexing lame games. Listen, I like I said, in a world of lollipops and rainbows, I'm all for no exclusives on anything. But when you have one group of when you got multiple groups of well, I'd say groups, but you got other console makers that's in there locking their shit down. Or potentially maybe locking it. One definitely locks their shit down, Nintendo. And then one potentially going to probably lock their shit down. No, man. Come on, man. Things, if you're trying to reverse the game, cool. Try to reverse the game. I know what Xbox was trying to do. And it was working. But like, again, it's going back to the last part of that I said about the PlayStation aspect. And that segment was basically like, now, is this the media trying to force or trying to entice PlayStation to make this move? There's no doubt that they've probably talked about it. I mean, these companies have all types of meetings that talks about all different types of things. I mean, hell, the patent, both of them, even Xbox. I found out that Xbox was talking about a patent of doing that AI. The game will take over for you. Shit, no way, that's garbage. Like, I mean, they'll talk about any and everything. Like, I mean, that's but. There can't, but you know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely sure that PlayStation staff talked about it. But it's just the thing to me is just like, well, if they do it, then Xbox needs to do something in return. So, I mean, again, these are things that can't just be happening overnight, right? Like, so, but maybe it could. I have no idea. We'll see. We'll find out. But I'm just giving my thoughts on it as usual. Like, I'm just saying, you can't just keep allowing to get kicked in the goddamn ribs, and then you just don't, and then, they let you give you a chance to breathe, and you don't get up and try to save yourself and fight back, or at least run the hell off, something, and then come back stronger. You know what I'm saying? But like, you just can't keep getting kicked in the teeth. So that it's got to be better than that. So anyway, um, he says to be honest about ABK deals should have never went through. No, no, that it. Why not? Why shouldn't it have not went through? I mean, it's not. The thing of it is that like we could have been in a position to where if like let's say another company, like let's say okay, like Embracer, let's say that they picked them up, right? Let's say they picked up. Well, let's okay, Tencent picked up Activision or whatever. Let's see. Hell, what if Warner Brothers or something like that picked up Activision? Well, you see the situation with Warner Brothers. I was trying to tell my brother Cali Rex for years, like Warner Brothers is in trouble, Jack. Warner Brothers is going to have to give up the ghost. They're going to get bought out. No, they're in good, strong position. He would send me articles and stuff, and I'm like, and I don't even hear from Cali Rex anymore. Shout out to Cali. So, but I'm just saying, it and so like it could have been, yeah, you say this in hindsight because it seems like that Call of Duty is somewhat holding back Microsoft. It's like, no, it's just listen, they got a little bit too. This was just showing you where Call of Duty, because they do things beforehand, right? Like this stuff is being brought to these games that's been out from Call of Duty were already in the pipeline. So now here the strategy, now we're what, like maybe what, a year and a half, 2 years in now of Xbox here. So now we'll start seeing what the strategy is with Xbox, with Xbox's vision behind Activision, right? Like so and listen, like I've told you, like Black Ops 7, I've got more hours in that than I got in the Battlefield 6. And I have no problem with Battlefield 6. I just enjoy the shit out of this Black Ops. I'm having a great time. So I'm just, so you know what I'm saying? So like it's just, to me, I like the modes, I like the stuff that they got going on. The story was kind of wild, but I mean they can build on the co-op, on the co-op single player stuff. That was dope. Like that is so fun. And then the end game stuff is really fun. So like, you know, and I'm not a big person with the Warzone stuff. I'm not big into the PUBG battle royale stuff. I'm just not. But like all the rest of the modes, like I'm cool with it. Like so, they just made the mistake of bringing out too many Black Ops. Like they should have left it at Black Ops 6 and then jumped to something else. Went back to another one. They shouldn't have brought Black Ops 7. I think that was kind of like the same thing of what they made the mistake with. And that I know they're two different studios, but that's the same thing that happened with Halo. Between Halo 5, because they should have just named it Halo. Oh my goodness, why I can't think of, not the Forerunners, but I can't think of those big ass things. Guardians, like Halo, just call it Halo Guardians. Just call it Halo Guardians. You ain't got to put a 5 into it. And I think that game would have been received so much better, but also the advertising was very misleading. That part was atrocious. Because I mean, I was thinking like, oh shit, oh, this dude's hunting chief. Who is, what? This brother's hunting chief? Damn, what's happening? But again, the advertising was completely off. Like you made it seem like Locke was a bad guy. But anyway, Spartan Lock, hashtag save Team Lock. Hashtag save Team Osiris. But that's, I don't know, man. Like, anyway, so I don't know. We're going to let it go. He says Marathon can't even sell 1 million units despite their 92 million consoles sold. Concord died with the 92 million consoles, so what exclusives? Xbox knows this, why it's easy money to sell the games on all platforms. No, I get all that. Like I said, the Trojan horse strategy is fine. But when it comes to games that hasn't sold well on PlayStation or Nintendo, just keep it in-house. Xbox PC, that's it. Don't even worry about the port. Because if the fan base don't show you, if the fan base on other platforms doesn't show you that you know the game isn't worth their purchase, just keep it in house. You know, so I just you know, like I said, if I don't know what Avowed overall numbers is or whatever, I don't think it did that great. I don't know. I don't care. I just know that the game is fun. It was really cool. Um, but like if this shit sold, if this sold more on Xbox than PlayStation, if it was played more on Xbox than PlayStation, then there shouldn't be a PlayStation version for it. It was their bad. They missed out. I mean, if from what and my point on this is that if from what these reports that's coming in that Sony is wanting to pull back on their single player games, that's what they're saying to the PC community. Tough shit. You should have bought more of them. So why can't Xbox do the same thing? Now we know Forza Horizon is going to cook, but if Xbox decides to bring another motorsport, should motorsport come to PlayStation? Absolutely fucking not, unless Xbox gets Gran Turismo. Uh, Motorsport should stay exclusive to PC, or if people don't like me saying exclusive, console exclusive, I should say, and go to PC. That's it. And mobile, cloud, whatever. That's it. So I don't know that you know what I'm saying. It should be like at first when Phil was bringing up and saying case by case basis. Okay, that makes sense. Now we know that Pendiment didn't do well, and we know that I always want to say Sunset Overdrive, and it's not Sunset Overdrive. But anyway, the other game that I really enjoyed that was the Shadow Drop from a couple of years ago. You know what I'm saying? That game didn't do shit. So much so that Xbox got rid of the studio. And that game was fire. That was a staple of what a game should be when it was released. No bugs, no issues, great gameplay, good story, just a dope ass game. And PlayStation people did not give it one bit, one chance, no iota. So yeah, yeah, yeah. Sadly, Play Plus Tango was sold. Hop off Rush. Thank you so much, Curie. I do not. I don't. And that's such a disrespect to that game because that game is so dope. Hop off Rush is so damn dope. I couldn't believe it. I just said I'm gonna download it. I'm gonna try it out. You know what I'm saying? Because that was like a little cartoony. Okay, it's got a kind of cool flex to it. And then once you got into the game, and then you like, what? This is crazy, man. That game was so fun. I couldn't put it down. I could not put it down. So anyway. So yeah, that's it, man. Let me go ahead and get out of here. I've talked and yapped long enough. I know I've been gone for over a week. My apologies, but I've been locked in. What people know when I get locked into a game, I've also had some other things that I had to tend to, but when I'm locked into a game, I'm locked in. So that's why I am very excited about Crimson Desert. But for the very first time, I'm going to stream Crimson Desert. Now, I'm not going to stream it every day, but I am going to stream it quite a bit because I know that I'm going to be on that game a lot until I beat it. So you'll get to see how I play these games. You know what I'm saying? Like I've never did a stream like that. So some streams like that. So it's whatever. But anyway, we'll be back to streaming here pretty soon. We'll do some fight night. I don't know if I'll do some fight night later on tonight. Probably I could. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see how I feel. And if not, we'll definitely be doing fight night Sunday. So we'll be playing some fighters. So we'll get back into that mode. But thank you guys for coming and checking out the stream. And I know it's been a minute, but really do appreciate it. I do not understand what the hell is what with YouTube because YouTube still has me in the waiting list, but whatever. I'm glad that you guys are checking me out and seeing me. If you are new to watching this stuff, man, follow me, KMega405. If you're listening to me on Twitter, X, go ahead and hit that follow as well. I know I'm shadow banned over there. I'm too political, but it is what it is. But yeah, go ahead and follow me there. If not, follow me on YouTube. On my YouTube channel also. I'm on Twitch and also on TikTok under the same name. Well, it's KMega405, but under the same name. You'll find me. So anyway, thank you guys, man. Really do appreciate y'all coming through, man. Gravity Rush, high five Rush. Being closed down. Yeah, being closed down. Yeah, yeah, saying Gravity Rush is a good game. I need to put a little bit of time into Gravity Rush 2 because I only played Gravity Rush 1. I bought Gravity Rush 2, but I just never really put no time in it. I booted it up just to see if it played, and then that was it. But that's it. Curie said, "I'll take a personal L as I haven't played it yet. Need to keep up with my strategy for a backlog while juggling the live service hell, kind of failing lately. No, we all go through it. That's why, you know what I'm saying, I just jumped in on Avowed. Like, this is the beauty about gaming. Like, we don't have to play that game day one. Even if you bought the game day one, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, just for the support of playing the game day one, it don't matter. Now, even if you get the game later on sale or whatever the case may be, and you wait a year or two or something because there's other games that's in the process, that's okay. There should be nobody bitching and tripping about that. So I don't know. But anyway, we'll get back to it. You will see me very soon. So I really appreciate you guys coming through. Everybody have a good evening. If I don't come back later on tonight, I will see you here Sunday. All right. Peace.